5 hidden costs of buying a land. Now, when you're buying a land, the price for that land is just a part of the total cost. There are still some expenses that you're going to spend just to complete that land purchase. All right. Now, the first thing is the survey plan. Now, most of the times when you're buying a land, maybe from an individual or if you're buying from a company, you are actually the one to process or to pay for your site plan. All right. Because maybe you can be buying a land for which has a general site plan, and then you need to extract your site plan from it. So what you have to do is you are the one to pay for your site plan. Now, for a company, the company can decide to give that to do that for you as a bonus. The next one is the legal documents. Now, preparing documents like maybe the date of assignment and other legal documents, you have to maybe pay a notary or a lawyer who is going to do that job for you, and that is another hidden cost. Now, the third one is development fee. Now, some estates they actually charge a particular amount of money for development of that area, maybe for drainage, electricity, water, or road constructions. Now, the fourth one is land clearing. Sometimes you can be buying a land which you have to, maybe if you're buying a land for construction, might have trees or it might be so bushy, and at that time you need to clear it up, maybe remove the stems of the trees and stuff like that. Maybe you can have maybe even a big tree where you have to maybe bring in a caterpillar to move or pay people to dig right to the roots and remove it. Sometimes the area might not be, the topography might not be good. It might have some kind of stones that you have to do it, try to level at that area. Now, this is actually a hidden cost on you when you are purchasing a land. Fifth one is agency fee. Now, it is normally 10%, which the buyer gives 5% to the agent, and the seller also give 5%, which means that if you are if you're buying a property from me, right? Let's say you're buying a property from me, I'm the owner of the property. Now the middle person that connected you to me, or the person who marketed my product to you, I have to give that person 5%, and you also have to give that person 5%, making it 10%. All right. Now, but if I am operating under a corporate organization, what I can decide to do is that I'll be the one to give that person the 10%, which will not you will not be included. But all this is always a negotiation between the middleman, the agent. All right. Now, if I have a property and an agent comes out, okay, I'm going to market this property to my clients. Now we can have that conversation that, okay, this property, I'm going to market it. This is my commission. If it's 10% is good, then he can market it knowing that once you pay your money, he's going to take 10% of it as his commission. So at the end of the day, you don't have to pay for commission, but all this depends on an agreement that has been made. All right. So these are just a few of the hidden costs that many people are not aware of. And when they buy a land, they start to see that, hey, this is this, and stuff like that. At the end of the day, they feel like maybe they were not prepared. It's the same like you might have just 3 million francs to buy a property and you have no other savings again. And when you buy that amount for 3 million, they tell you that, hey, you have to do your site plan, you have to do your chief attestation, which means you have to go meet the chief to make a chief attestation, which is normally 10%, which is actually sometimes it is actually negotiable. It depends on who knows the chief on your behalf and stuff like that. Then you discover that you are going to spend extra. And like I said, also maybe the development fee of that area, maybe cutting down trees. At the end of the day, you're going to spend an extra amount, a good percentage, just to make sure that you fully secure that property. Now, when we are giving out properties like the one that we currently have here in Buya, southwest region of Cameroon, at Bokwango, where we have over 200 plots there that we have already partitioned them to 400 meters square. Now, these properties are going for just 3.5 million per 400 meters square, and already is coming with a land certificate. Now, when the property is coming with a land certificate, it's of the advantage of the buyer because he is not going to spend money he's not going to spend money as applying for a land certificate. He's just going to do an extraction, and this land certificate is making it's giving you that it's showing to you that the right of ownership has been legally given by the government to the person that is selling to you. So this property is at a very good topography. It has a very good topography. Maybe you have seen me put it up online, and I believe that this is actually one of the best areas here in Buya that you can actually invest your money in because it is more quieter, and this is what is happening now in Buya. People are now trying to go to more quieter places that have a good social amenities, places that have a quiet environment. And this particular place that I'm talking about in Bukwango has even one of the best city views that we have here in Buea. It's like, I put it like the new London. All right, so it's a very good area. This property is one of the best areas so far that I know here in Buea. And like I said, it's going for 3.5 million for a 400 meter square. And it's coming with a land certificate, site plan, chief attestation, and every other necessary allocation documents that you need. So you can reach out to me directly on the number that you see on the screen so that we can book a site in a day for site inspection, so that you come and then you see the area and then you evaluate it. If it is, well, if you're interested in it, we are going to help you to secure the property immediately, because this is of great demand. There's a lot of people that are buying, and this property is just 7 minutes drive from the health center that health Bukwango Health Center, and it is not far from the tar road itself. So make sure that you reach out to me directly on WhatsApp, and we'll talk more about it.